Okay, round 3. So, I've done the same thing 3 times, but we're going to see if this time Leah is going to appear. And thank you all for your love and your patience and support and hanging in there with us. Technology at work, you know, what can I say? There's just technology. I don't know. So I'll wait patiently again, as always, and it's worth it. This is okay, Leah. You're watching. You're in the queue. You have been invited. It is done. So, is your app appearing? Waiting for a response. Yeah, so what I was saying is Leah comes from a real deep root. No, click the link. She's watching again. This is so mysterious. All right. Lord, this is hilarious. I just don't see how I can do this. I just keep clicking on it and it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Let's see how we can do this. Yeah, Carol says, just wanted to let you know that you both have to have the camera set up orientation the same in order for it to work. And I trust that we do. This is really interesting. But we're going to make it work. I guarantee you. And yeah, Leah, are you on a phone or on your computer? Because that is, you know, we've learned this before, that it doesn't work on the computer. This happened with allegedly Dave. It happened with several guests. Check your phone. Do it on the phone. That is I think that's the trick. I think that's the key. We've experienced this exactly this way a few times. She's on an iPad. Can you be on a phone, Leah? That's, I think, the trick. Yeah. I don't know if you're seeing any of the comments, Leah, but, you know, Michelle says maybe she clicks off of your video and goes back on it a couple times to clear out the bugs. I don't know, but I found that the iPad and the computers, that's why I do it on the phone. I do it on the phone exactly for this reason, because my computer on my laptop doesn't let me share the screen for some reason. I don't know why that occurs. Makes no sense to me. But I'm not a tech whiz. And hey, Ryan, glad to have you. You know, she's tried and even updated the app and rebooted. Okay, I do have, yeah, Monica says that's what happened with her. It would only work on her phone. And, yeah, you need to be in portrait. Yeah. We're having a technical learning curve today for those that are watching. And it's all good. And this is the marvel of doing things live. It's all about being present and patient. And I'm okay with it. I've got time. and I hope that Leah does as well, because what Leah's bringing to the table is a real important. It's a message that's important. Yeah, she only needs a Facebook app on the phone. That's all that's required. And you know, we had quite a chat the other day using Messenger chat. That's what we were doing. And we were on the phone for an hour, and it was effortless. So I didn't see any. I didn't foresee. And she's on Indian time. It happens when it happens. That is wonderful, darling. And it'll happen. It is happening. We are happening. And the feed is just what it is. Hey, Matthew, thank you. Matthew wrote me a really sweet comment for the book, and I appreciate it very much, as well as Doc. Beautiful words and very thoughtful. I was very humbled. And so, patience. Patience is the key. I trust that patience creates the space for all goodness. Because as we lose patience, we might also lose our tolerance, our allowance, our acceptance, our gratitude, our empathy, our compassion. So patience is a vital key. To me, it's the number one. It's the most important thing. And yeah, I don't know, Michelle. We were talking on a Facebook Messenger. That's what we were talking on when we spoke the other day. Yeah. Thanks, Andrew. So I don't know. This is an important message, and it's going to happen. There's no way it's not going to happen, and I trust that absolutely. Now, one thing I'll give this a whirl. I'm going to I will open up my laptop. And yeah, Messenger and Facebook apps are two different things. And okay, she says that she's on an older iPad mini and her iPhone 4GS is downloading the app now. That should correct it. I don't think we're going to have to do anything other than what we're doing. And that's exercising patience and love. And love is where it's at. There is no other conversation. And yeah, unconditional patience is the key. Yeah, it is. One of my earliest quotes that I ever remember writing, that I logged, was, "Do not expect or anticipate or assume anything from anybody at any time, as it's always a setup for disappointment every time." So I just leave it alone. I don't expect, assume, or anticipate anything. Although I am excited, I am patient, and I trust that this is all going to work. I totally trust it. It's too important not to. Way too important. This is it's a powerful day. It's a great day for healing in the highest order. It's a great opportunity for fasting and counting our blessings, trusting Source, tapping into the love within, and not let fear, doubt, frustration, sadness enter in. And that's what it all is anyway. It's just remembering we came in as love, soft, supple, tender, innocent, loving. That's who we really are. And then, what happened? Oh, man. And then we get slapped. And anymore, they start shoving all sorts of crazy shit in your arm as a brand new baby. And that is, that's the truth. That's a sad one. So the real key is to remember who we really are. These precious babies, these children of love. This is who we really are. When you see damaged goods, which is really prevalent everywhere, people are damaged and they've been jaded and they've been led astray from their true source, the true beingness. And so when we refrain from looking at wounded people, damaged people as problems or threatening or anything else, and recognize that the bigger the mask, the deeper the wounds. And everybody just wants love. Everybody wants a hug. But some people are so jaded and separated from the love that they are, that they carry a bigger stick and put on a bigger front to protect that lonely child that's somehow got lost inside. But I trust, I do. I see that everybody wants a hug. That's what I see. Everybody just wants love. Whether they realize it and allow it is up to them. And we all have to have patience. We can't, I have no authority to judge anyone for any reason. It's not my responsibility or what I can, it's not even an option to do that. And unconditional love only exists when we unconditionally love ourselves. We can never give what we haven't got. When we can unconditionally love ourselves, we can do that with others and allow them to be, regardless of how they appear. No judgment, no fear, just love. Love them and leave them alone. Let them be. Everybody has their own process. And it's no different with you're in therapy. We don't have any right to impose this on anybody, to, you know, make them better. That's not our job. It's not. You can lead people to knowledge, but you can't make them think. That all takes time. It's a process. And the process is every individual's experience and right. And we have to allow for that. It's important to allow for that. Otherwise, we're stuck in judgment. And judgment's just as much of an illness. It is. Because it's not a solution. Judgment is not a solution. It's just part of the problem. It continues to divide us, keeps us in separation. We are one. We are one. And as we allow that, we include ourselves in that love. And that's where the whole thing begins, within. It's an inside job. It's up to us. And I'm still wondering what happened to Leah. I haven't forgotten about her, believe me. I'm just holding space. I'm being very patient because it's worth it. It's worth the wait for me. Totally. She is a rare gift. When we were talking the other day, and we were discussing her name and how that came about, I told her that back in 1998, when I moved to Sedona, up in Flagstaff, at a animal sanctuary, the very first white buffalo was born. And the white buffalo symbolizes generational legend. And it signifies evolution. It signifies change. And when the first white buffalo appeared, it was glorious. It was a message that resounded through the tribes. And isn't it interesting that our guest today, wherever she is, was named that at birth? It's pretty profound. She has amazing lineage. Her roots go all the way up into some of the most devastating times of the Native American genocide. And it's powerful. And her whole, she's still downloading, so it's happening. As she said before, she's on Indian time. And man, talk about patience. The indigenous, the tribal, the generational, legendary storytelling that brought so much wisdom was intentionally being annihilated, where people were, being forced into assimilation, where they'd cut their hair and destroy their culture, their language, their identity, to assimilate them into some white Anglo-Saxon Protestant bullshit. Now, I've always felt indigenous, always. I've always had a lot of empathy. It's been very deep for me throughout my life. I felt that. I felt estranged. I felt alienated. I couldn't get with the program. And now I realize there was a good, Leah says, Sante Sioux Chief, Inca Paduta, Wounded Knee Massacre, Battle of Little Bighorn, a.k.a. Custer's Last Stand. Yeah, we were talking about that, and I really don't want to, I don't want to have to tell Leah's story, but I'm going to keep bringing up certain points in order to keep you engaged, because this is a worthy tale. And it's not what happened, not at all, although there's a strong legendary wisdom involved. It's about what's happening now. This is what's happening. It's evolutionary. The revolution is an evolution. It's what it is. There's no more need for violence, hatred, fear, separation, annihilation. It's not required. The evolution is love. And this is where it all grows. This is where it really, really happens. And it is happening. This is a message that is now spreading all over the world. People are getting on board. Urine therapy is certainly a introductory card to this awakening, because it allows the individual to love themselves. By drinking your own waters, you're going to discover self-love like you've never, ever experienced it before. Her phone's still loading. So much for technology. It's all good. No worries. I can hold the space. Patience is the key. Now, I guarantee you, I've waited patiently my whole life to be able to be in this tribe, in this kind of association, where it isn't bannerism, it isn't labeled, it isn't classified in club membership, it isn't exclusive. Not at all. It's all inclusive. This is the evolution. And I do remember, I used to do presentations on the Mayan calendar back in the day. And there was all this hubbub that was being embellished to a certain degree about the 12-12-12. That's when the Mayan calendar was coming to its closure. And everybody waited with their bated breath for some sign, some significant change. But if you understand the Mayan calendar at all, it's not fixed by any stretch. It goes through 9 different tiers of transcension to awakened state. And just like a pregnancy, some are early, some are late. So different. Time is not relative in this discussion. But awareness is. Having consciousness is. And as consciousness collectively unfolds in an evolutionary fashion, which it is, be joyful. Be grateful. We are who we've been waiting for. This is, you don't have to look any further than inside to realize that the evolution is happening. And we can fill our hearts. We can turn tears of sadness into tears of joy. We can be something that we never quite captured or imagined as we listen to others determine who we are, judging us, limiting us, condescending, sarcastic remarks. There's no room for that. It doesn't heal anything. Actually, by the ones who provide these, it shows that they're more wounded than you. They have no idea where the love is. And if they can make you feel worse, it makes them feel better somehow. Strange how that works. Love is for everyone. And everybody is love, whether they recognize it or not. It's just tapping into the source. It's all that's required. Not going to find it from the pulpit. You know, the cartoons on the TV. You know, the mouthpieces and the bobbleheads. Or whoever won the Super Bowl. It's all so moot. The evolution is here. It is happening. And more people are just waking up. That's all. In all their due time. In true Zen Buddhism, one thing can't exist without the other. It's simply a decision of where you're going to be in the balance. What space you're going to employ. What space you're going to hold. To allow for that love to evolve. And the more you resist it, the more it persists. It's simple. It's not easy. If you've been beat up all your life and you believed all that bullshit that was cast upon you with damaging words that put you under a spell, it's going to require some work. It requires a certain focus, a discipline. And again, discipline seems to be a derogatory word in some people's mindset. But it's just a self-awareness. Being a disciple of your own soul. Being atonement, at one with the I am that I am. This is a gift. This is the God. This is God. We are God. We are not gods. We are God. It's a big difference. And as we awaken our own souls, as we awaken our own spirit, as we tap into our own love, all that other shit disappears. It fades. It's just like on a movie set. You dolly back and you fade to black, and that scene closes. New scene, new chapter, new words. Put yourself under your own spell. Decide what the meaning of your life is. What words give you the empowerment that you deserve. Trust and allow that to occur and see what happens next. You'd be pretty amazed. And when you give yourself permission to get out of your own way, miracles happen. Well, you know what? I got another poem I want to share. And I wrote this one. This one actually did get published in some poetry book or something. I submitted it, and but I think it's as relative now as it ever was. My notebook. It's split. This one is simply entitled I Am. I am Christian. I am Jew. I am Muslim. How about you? I am happy. I am sad. I'm so good, makes me bad. I am stupid. I am smart. I am learning that life's an art. What we believe becomes our truth. It's fear conditions from our youth. Can we break free and release the rage and stop indifference with wars we rage? I am darkness. I am light. I'm wrong. Is that right? I am goodness. I am God. I am energy, a lightning rod. I am chaos. I am calm. I am the wisdom in my palm. What we believe becomes our truth. Fear conditions from our youth. Can we break free, release the rage, and stop indifference with the wars we wage? I'm confusing. I'm clear. I am everywhere. And I'm right here. I am the Bible. I am the Quran. I am the woman inside the man. I am a winner. I am what I choose. I am a dreamer, seeking my truths. What we believe becomes our truths. Fear conditions from our youth. Can we break free and release the rage and stop indifference with the wars we wage? That was from 2004. I've been doing this shit a long time. And, you know, even with all that being said, you know, knowing is not relative when we forget. If we don't remember who we really are, if we lose track of who we're being, if we listen to falsehoods, myths, who are we going to blame now? Who's the fool on the ship of fools? We have to listen to our heart. We have to trust ourselves. You know, the truth will set you free. And the only truth there is your own truth. My truth. Might be different than your truth or other people's truth. I listen to my truth. It's the one I know. It's the one I trust. I encourage you to do the same thing. Listen to your heart. Trust your instincts. Don't let the mind get in the way. The mind will fuck you over. It can be used as a power tool to encourage you, enable you, enhance you, expand you. Or it can just twist your melon around until you're just a bloody mess. And we do this to ourselves. If we allow others to participate, who's the fool? Them or you? It's a ponderance. Things we have to always consider. We just have to consider who we're being. That's all. Now, if you're just joining us, we are still in patience. Waiting for our lovely guest, Leah. She's downloading her now. It's just funny how this all works, but I have nothing but time for her. So if this broadcast ends up being 5 hours long, I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter to me. Because the message that's coming through today is an important one. It's really valuable. And I thank you. I welcome you. I embrace you for being a part of it. Just being present here in this feed is humbling. I appreciate all the love, all the little hearts. I do. And this is a beautiful day to be alive. Celebrate it. Every day is. Every day, every moment, every breath that we receive is an opportunity for goodness, to discover greatness, to heighten awareness. It's all there. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. Ryan, by the way, has a great program, just so you know, if you're not aware. He has a program called Lucid Paints, and he's like it's like the new Bob Ross somehow. He does it all with spray paint. He creates these beautiful, remarkable images that he does all live. So he shows you the process and invites you to experience the techniques that he applies. And it's very, I watch him. He does a frequent show. You can find him. Lucid Paints is the name. And Ryan is the curator of that particular gallery. And I love him. We've had some beautiful chats talking together, and he's a remarkable man. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody. You know, I make myself available to people. I love experiencing what's in people's hearts, what's on their mind. I'm always available. I mean, not every single second, but I make time. I do. And I welcome anybody who wants to reach out and, you know, have a chat. You know, the text thing gets really redundant to me. I'm willing to do the text thing on the personal messenger, but it's really better to engage either in live, like with a video chat or a phone call, because things get kind of lost in translation in that. And some people are talking into their phone and letting it text for them, so it can get lost in translation, or they have some other means. I sit there and peck with one finger in order to create messages. You know, it gets weary. But either way, however it appears, I'm always willing to accept people and just be a mirror for them. That's all we all are, is just mirrors. We're just mirrors. So if you don't like what you see in others, it's what you don't like about yourself. It's just how it works. And so it's always a beautiful opportunity to consider what you are disturbed about, angry about, frustrated with, angry over, any of these things. It's always an opportunity. And people just are being themselves. If we take it personal, well, you're going to get the results. In the wisdom of the 4 agreements is always being impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal. Don't assume anything, and do the best you can. These are pretty simple pearls of wisdom, as far as I can tell. And they enable us and enhance us into a higher sense of well-beingness. And that's a healthy choice. Carol, you're an artist as well. We all are artists in our own light. Some are just untapped and undiscovered. Everybody is a gift. Everybody has a gift. It's just about exploring and tapping into it, and then owning it, sharing it, being it, allowing it. And what a beautiful world. Imagine people actually celebrating themselves. Truly, authentically, honestly. Not limiting themselves, not hiding themselves, not thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. And the reason they think that is somebody either told them that, or they compare themselves with others. And if you look at how our culture has been manifested, that we put so much stock in celebrity and royalty and, you know, people of position and power, like they got something over on us. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing that we haven't got ourselves. It's just about tapping in. Realize we're unlimited. Stop the limitation. Give yourself permission to get out of your way. It's a healthy choice. Truly it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Denise, it's easy to misunderstand when there's no tone of voice or facial expression. That's true. It gets lost in translation. That's what happens. And I love all you for doing, you know, your comments and having discussion amongst yourselves. It's really powerful. I was thanked just this morning or yesterday for introducing two people that got to spend time on the beach in transit. And so it's why I'm here. I get it. I know it. It's not about me. Not about me at all. It's about the tribe. And the tribe is alive. It's a living organism on its own. And I see people connecting. I see how they start a stream of consciousness and then interact and develop their own awareness of each other. It's really powerful. It's really beautiful. And there's more than just questions. You know, we all have questions. I'll never run out of questions. I've always questioned everything, especially authority. I've always questioned what was being dictated to me, imposed upon me, in an authoritative manner. You know, as far back as I can remember as a kid. You can't beat people into respect. You earn it. Respect is something earned, not demanded. And the only thing I ever got out of that kind of demanding was resentment. I resented it. I didn't kowtow to it. I just developed a bigger fuck you towards it. Which, you know, for my development, that was what was required of me. I went sideways a lot. But somehow I keep finding my way back to the path. And the path has lots of detours. You know? It just does. Sometimes the road gets really bumpy. Gets really convoluted and confusing. But I see life like the cyclone at Coney Island. You know, it's the oldest, most rickety roller coaster, I think, still in existence that hasn't been replaced by modern technology. And so, in that ride, you can either be waving your hands in the air and screaming with joy, or grasping onto the handrail, frightened with fear. Either way, the ride is here. That's how the ride goes. We just have to appreciate it for what it is. And fear will limit us. Love will expand us. It'll show us the true joy of being. And we're all given these gifts. All of us. We're all given opportunity. We're all given these gifts to find out, to remember, to remind ourselves. It's not about the problem. It's all in the solution. And if we focus all of our energy on the problem, the solution will never appear. It'll disappear right in front of your eyes. It'll slip through your fingers. And it just takes practice. That's all it is, practice. There is no perfection. Anybody who claims that, like Alan Watts says, anybody who says that they can lead you to spiritual enlightenment is like someone stealing your watch and selling it back to you. I agree. Yeah, I'm a human in process. I'm a part of an experiment called the humans. We are an experiment. And when you look at it, when you compare it, species to species, how we doing, folks? You know, the track record doesn't look good. You know, you look at other species, whether they're animal or mammal, plant, they don't wonder what time it is. They don't question who's the president. They really don't care who won the game. It's just not even a relative matter. And humans are under a construct. And the construct is developed to control us, to manipulate us. So it's by design. It's very clever. Actually, it works pretty good if you look around. And who can we blame? All the fat cats, the industrialists, the greedy monsters, the royals. Too much energy being focused on all that. When the way out is the way in. As we go in, the deeper we go in, the more we source what's so. Realizing the God that I am. They can't stop that. That is the evolution. And the revolution is the evolution. We are on our way. We are exactly who we've been waiting for. Exactly. And the numbers are growing. It shows. P is certainly a way to find it. Was for me. I didn't wake up as bright as I did until I really started my P. Now, I read you some poems that I wrote, years ago, and I got poems that go back 40 years that show an awful lot of intelligence and consideration. But I was still angry. I was still frustrated. I still carried hate, doubt, fear. I embodied those things, and it showed. Now, I choose not. Now, does that mean I arrived? No fucking way. There is no destination. It's all a journey. And it's just a practice. And I practice with every breath I take. I just practice. Trusting and allowing. Having patience. That's what this is today, is an exercise in patience. I'm still patiently waiting for Leah. Now, I can't tell you what happened or what is happening. All I know is that she's with us in her heart, in her spirit. And she is remarkable. And if need be, I'll recreate the broadcast one more time, not today, because I'm not going to start and stop it again. But I'll just reschedule with Leah, because what she has to bring to the table is powerful. She is a rainbow warrior. She is high cotton. This sister brings a lot to the table. She does. And she is amazing. And I'm honored to call her my friend. And she's up there in Canada, eh? In Indian time. So it's all good. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't. You know, what matters is that people are aligning to themselves. That's all that matters. As you align to yourself, you align with others. As you experience your love, you'll find it is everywhere. It's magnetics. It's the true law of attraction. And we are just magnetic energy fields. That's what we really are composed of. That's what's amazing about urine. Because, yeah, Canada rocks. Eh? Glenn's there, yeah. And so, yeah, these things are all in us. All the fine metals, the precious metals that are in the periodic table, they exist in our pee. Pretty profound. You know, all the things that we need to maintain a healthy body. It's all there. It's amazing. You know, and the people that don't get it, don't get it. They might, they may. You know, some people will just stick to their guns. Oh, that's disgusting. Really? Is it? Here, I'll show you how disgusting it is. Isn't that disgusting? I don't think so. I don't think it's disgusting at all. I think it's a miracle. I think it's magical. It is high-powered octane stem cell enzyme infused with every component your body ever needs. Ever. We really don't need anything. Need and want are something that we separate ourselves with. We put things outside of ourselves, when the real key lives inside. It's all within us, everything. We already have it. We just have to own it. Accept it. Be the gift. Enjoy it. And the more you are it, you share it. It's pretty easy. It's relative. Doesn't require a whole lot of intelligence, because our P is intelligent. You can become intelligent simply by osmosis, because our P is intelligent. And it awakens areas of our body, spirit, mind, and soul and heart that we may have never understood. It's a greater understanding of who we truly are, where we are. So, are you in? Are you going to be a part of the solution? Or are you going to keep looking at problems? It's all an option. It's always there. I just don't see any value in it myself. Not anymore. Beating people over the head attempting to convince them of something that we think is right. Our truth. My truth. I allow everybody to have their truth, however that appears. Not my job. Just not my job. Not my job. Not at all. So, hey, Iskra. Thank you all for joining, participating. Really means a lot to me. And I'm still wondering. I'm still in ponder where our beautiful guest might be. But as I said before, if I need, I will create another whole broadcast for that purpose. It's too important. It's just way too important not to do that. So, I'm going to be patient. I am patient. Patience is my middle name. I raise children. Yeah, we still got plenty of time. You know, I've got nothing but time. I know everybody's time is valuable. It's all relative. Whatever, we make time out to be. But, it's all relative. We do live in a matrix. Whatever was, whatever will be already is, just about what we pay attention to. And I find it most valuable to just pay attention to the evolution. Yeah, I do. The evolution is here, and it won't be televised. You can trust that. So, I haven't seen any comments from Leah for a while. Last one was she was reloading, rebooting, and doing all that. So I don't know. Perhaps she can let me know what's so. Otherwise, I will, with love, reschedule with her. Absolutely. And soon I'll just make a special broadcast. Maybe do it just tonight. I don't know. Matters not. This is an exercise. And not just for me, for everyone. It's an exercise in patience, trust, and allowance. And having gratitude about it. There's never any accident. It's no accident. It's all on purpose. And I know my purpose, my dharma. I understand it. I accept it. I'm responsible for it. Which is why I do what I do. It's my purpose, it's not my job. It's a mission to be a part of the growing community throughout the world. And it is growing exponentially. And the more people that are becoming conscious just allows more space for more people to become conscious. It's all energy. It's what it is. Just waves of energy. And as people decide that they're kind of fed up with a lot of things, not just ill health, but culture, social conditions, politics, sports, news, manipulated weather. You can battle these things forever, and you just end up at the end of the day exhausted, because you're just battling against yourself. When you trust yourself enough, when you allow yourself enough to love yourself enough, you'll let all that go, and you'll be free. You won't be shackled in chains, locked up like a slave to things that you can't control. It's pretty simple. It's just not easy. Sometimes we have to unlearn everything. Let go of everything. Release ourselves completely. Find that beautiful child that's been hiding out, waiting patiently for a hug. And that child lives in everyone, everywhere, always. So embrace the child. Embrace the child within you. Recognize that child in others. Share that experience. It's worthy. It's welcome. Just allow it. It is. It'll happen. And yeah, Andrew, it is fun hanging out with fellow Orinists. It's true. But, you know, that's why I created the High Vibe Tribe, not to single anybody out. I welcome everybody, whether they're doing urine therapy or not, because it's about the higher vibration. Certainly, you know, the journey to a higher frequency with a baby peeing in its mouth speaks kind of volumes. It's not exclusive. It's not. Because I don't want to exclude anyone. I really don't. You never know who's going to meander up and go, what's going on in here? Wow, this looks like fun. What are you guys all doing? Drinking pee? And being happy? Wow, I never imagined I could be drinking pee and be happy. How do you do that? It's pretty simple. And so, yeah, and I thank you all for understanding what's going on, because I certainly don't know what's going on. You know, it's just a marvel. But I've just been patiently waiting here to see if Leah reappears, because I haven't heard from her for quite some time. She hasn't been in the messenger here showing any sign of anything, so I just can't say. But yeah, I think I'm only going to give it a couple more moments, and I will get a hold of Leah, and we will reschedule. And it could be later. I don't know. It'll happen, though. It's too important not to. And so, yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out and putting up with me. You know, I put it out there. It was going to be Leah, and she's here in spirit, I know. I've done everything I know how. I just don't know what else I can do to make it any different than what we're dealing with right now. And so it's all good. And so I do welcome you all. I welcome you to be a part of the High Vibe Tribe, collectively be a part of all the groups. The groups are there for our inclusion, not exclusion. And I still welcome anybody who would like to participate with the ORIN Oracles book. I humbly accept your donations at paypal.me/Weedu, and with a donation of $25 or more, you're secured a signed and numbered copy, and you'll be included in the contributor acknowledgments as somebody that helped make it happen. And I also welcome you to submit comments about any of my poetry and my work or any of that to be included into the comment section of the book. And I do love you all dearly. I really, really appreciate your time, really, the deepest way. And, how soon do I need the comments? Well, as you prepare them and send them in, sooner's better, because that gives the book more completion, because that's kind of what they're looking for, is the completion of the book. And I actually had a message back from my coordinator yesterday that I still didn't get it. And so I have to do some more processing, but it's all good. It's happening. It's all happening. So, yeah, with all that being said, I really do wish you all a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. And thanks for spending time. And I will reschedule Leah. And I'll let you know. We'll make it happen. A special broadcast. It'll happen. And so, love yourselves. Always keep your peace together. And, boom! Ha! You've just been loved. Bye now.